Welcome. This is Daily Decodes 812. Very early in the AM as I record this breakdown. 3:45 AM. Shout out to y'all. Hope anybody out there, everybody, hope you're all doing okay. Hope Richard West, I hope you're good. My man. Newark Mayor denies trespassing at immigration detention center following arrest. So he's denying it, huh? Denies trespassing at immigration detention center following arrest. Here's Ras Baraka. Not 100% sure with the character. Not 100% sure. I don't think I've done a breakdown on this guy before. You see his full name, Ras Baraka, American politician, author, educator, a member of the Democratic Party. Baraka is the 40th and current mayor of Newark, New Jersey. First elected in 2014. He was sworn into office on May 13th, 2014, and was re-elected in the 2018-2022, or in 2018 and 2022. All right. Okay, so this is what I do. I have these slides that I already put together, and then I'll go ahead and enter mayor. I can't remember if I entered mayor. Oh yeah, I think I did enter mayor the first time, but we put mayor in right there, and we see if we hit along the way. We could put Newark, New Jersey, right there, and obviously, if you're not familiar with this calculator, they call this gematria. All right, and you see these letters can converted into numerical values here, right? ABC 1 2 3, reverse with the alphabet, and then we have these reduction ciphers forwards and in reverse. Okay, so we'll take a look at some of these as we go forward here. I could tell you right now, this first elected in 2014, I could tell you that hits. Well, I'll bring it up here later in the breakdown, because that goes with some slides I have right there. And they say he denies trespassing. Okay. Right here. Denies trespassing at immigration center. Right? Following arrest. And I can tell you one thing that I just caught before I started recording here. He's age 55 right here. And let me show you how this hits with the previous breakdown. I just did the Bill Gates birthday, or the Bill Gates breakdown, donating his fortune to the Gates Foundation, which will close in 20 years. But I connected on all these 55s in that breakdown. Bill Gates, born in 55. May 5th, 5/5 was just the other day on the calendar. Terry Nichols, born in 55 as well. We just had the Tyree Nichols breakdown with 3 of the officers in that beating being acquitted. And I've been connecting Tony Saragusa, former Baltimore Raven, RIP to him, age 55 at the time of his death. But these slides are just from that Bill Gates breakdown. So we had all these 55s that landed there. So now we get Ras Baraka with this story, who's age 55 right here. Okay, so So he denied Saturday trespassing at a new federal immigration detention center during a confrontation that led to his arrest. While the Democrat was at the facility with 3 members of Congress, Baraka, who had been protesting the center's opening this week, was released around 8 p.m. after spending several hours in custody. He was accused of trespassing and ignoring warnings to leave the Delaney Hall facility. I do want to take Delaney Hall right there, and we'll put that in the calculator as well. All right, and let me pull that up. Is it just called Delaney Hall? Delaney Hall? All right, so that pops up right there. Immigration Detention Center in Newark, New Jersey. Sounds nasty, right? So there's just some photos there of the facility on Google. Okay, so Tricia McLaughlin, an assistant secretary for public affairs with the Department of Homeland Security, said in an interview with CNN on Saturday that the investigation was ongoing, and the department also released more video of the confrontation, which we're going to look at here in a minute. McLaughlin also accused Baraka, who is seeking his party's nomination for governor, of playing political games. I'm shocked by all the lies that were told, Baraka said, who said he had been invited there for a press conference. No one else arrested. I was invited in. Then they arrested me on the sidewalk. Baraka, who is running to succeed term limited Governor Phil Murphy, has embraced the fight with the Trump administration over illegal immigration. He has aggressively pushed back against the construction and opening. So he's embraced the fight with Trump over illegal immigration. But then it says he has aggressively pushed back against the construction and opening of the detention center. Arguing that it should not be allowed to open because of building permit issues. So I think it's time, let's look at this. Let's look at this video here. So he's with Trump on the illegal immigration, but against the opening of this center. I thought I had a video right there, but I guess I'll show you this first. So his name is Ras Baraka, and it makes you think of Barack Obama, doesn't it? It does. And you see Ras Baraka, this. So they say this is the mayor of Newark, New Jersey. But look at his birthday is 4/9, 4th month, 9th day, 49. And look at Barack Obama, former president, 4th day of the 8th month birthday. So basically you have 4/9 with Baraka and then 4/8 with Barack. See that? 4th month, 9th day, 4th day, 8th month. So you get 4/9 and 4/8. I thought that was interesting because it's just one number apart when you view it like that. And I guess I had the video out of place there. I guess I just put one video in here, but let's go ahead and watch this. So this kind of looks like good acting here. Notice how they're not really They're just kind of swaying back and forth, kind of just bunched up. You don't really see any kind of physical force here, right? Now they get a little now they get a little more aggressive here. And this volume may not come through when you're watching this. You see the people back here on their phones. Look at this guy with the smile on his face. Now they're starting to push. It's kind of like a movie set. It's kind of like a movie set, okay? Yeah, the world is a stage. And you see ice right there. What we can do also is put ice over here in the calculator. Like that. That 1764 and 19 right there. And as I say, we'll come back and we'll look at this. I think this 17 lands, but let's go back over. We're gonna go back over here now. I thought I had another video in there, but apparently not. So let's go back here. So he denies trespassing. It looked like he was there, right? It looked like he was there. Denies trespassing at this immigration detention center following arrest. And I'll go back here and show you some of these connections, as you see right there. So, look, even trespassing syncs up with the Obama birthday, okay? And remember, this is Baraka, right? This is Ras Baraka, and Baraka is like Barack Obama. But look at trespassing with Ras. Look at 48. And again, that's the Obama birthday, the 4th day of the 8th month. You see that? 4th day of the 8th month. And then trespassing's got 48 with Ras Baraka. So, I mean, who doesn't think of Barack Obama when you hear the name Ras Baraka, right? And that's if you're a decoder, remember you got to start with the language, okay? With these words, and this has been happening. It seems like this is 100%. I hate to say that, but it seems like this happens all the time. You know what I mean? With the language and two characters with the same name. Or that's very similar, right? And then you just look into it a little bit and you see these connections, all right? Look, so this mayor, Newark Mayor, look, even his birthday syncs up with his name. How amazing is this? He's got the 9th day of the 4th month birthday, and Ras Baraka, look at that, 94 in reverse reduction, and that's his birthday, the 9th day of the 4th month. Even his middle name, you get his birthday, Hua. Look at that, 4th month, 9th day, 49. And this incident was on the 9th of May, Friday. I thought that was interesting because he's born on the 9th also, but it's 1 month prior. See that? He even syncs up with protest right here. Okay? And that appeared to be like a little protest, right? And he's against the opening of this detention center. Look at this. Protest has 32, just like his full name and also his middle name. So you see his full name and his middle name also sync up again with protest, and that's 32. And you see the reduction ciphers. You see one going forwards with reduction, and you see ordinal hitting right there. Check that out. Right in the title, you get immigration. And of course, it syncs up with his last name, 128. Immigration and Baraka. Even this arrest, the 129th day of the year was May 9th. So you get 128, and then the next number, if you're counting, 129. So Baraka, immigration, in the language, 128, arrested on the 129th day of the year. And check this out. Look at this. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out, how did you deny it? How did he deny trespassing? It looked like he was involved there, didn't it? But look at this. Remember, ICE equals one. ICE has the 17, and I think that was in 2 base ciphers. You see all of the 4 base ciphers here. But ICE has 17. Ras Baraka 171. Detention Center even has 171. And 171 is kind of like 17. You see the 1 and the 7. But look at the 2772 connection here. Detention Center also has 72 like Ras Baraka. Ras Baraka also has 27. You see Ras Baraka's got 72 in 2 ciphers. Notice how mayor equals 72. Newark, mayor of Newark. Newark equals 72. And they both have the 27. Mayor with 27 and 2 base ciphers. Arrest. He got arrested. Arrest equals 27. So that's a heavy number connection there. His name, detention center, mayor, Newark, and arrest. Heavy connections with the 2772. And again, you get that 171. Let's see if we hit 27 or 72 on the fly. Okay, so we can get rid of mayor because we had it in there. And I don't see... Protesting has 127. Look, Newark's... Oh, we had Newark in there, didn't we? Yeah, we had Newark. So we can get rid of Newark. But protesting does have 127 right there. Okay? So hefty on the 2772s, as you see right there. And at this time, we can go ahead and look at this other angle here. I knew it. I knew we were going to get hit with another ad, man. Even though I had it paused after the original ad when I was viewing this earlier. I knew they were going to hit us with another ad, but... Oh, now look at this. Now we have to reset and refresh the whole thing. I knew that was going to happen. And they're going to hit us with another ad. Yep. As you see that right there. So let's stomach our way through this ad. Does anybody buy anything because they see an ad anymore? Anybody? Y'all let me know. I guess it's programming, right? But let's take a look at this body cam footage.
Of the largest city. You are here on private property. On private property.
All right, this is the last. I'm not pinned. Listen, this is the last warning.
Oh, it's Congress.
So they're warning them.
Don't rush in. Don't rush in.
No.
They're saying that because he was on this side.
And this is chaos. Now chaos breaks out. All right. So I mentioned this appears to be just an act, if you ask me, right? Now, remember over here, I was thinking it was a well, you see the 43s, I think you're viewing right there. And I thought that we had a 43, but we had a 34 back over here because he was sworn into office as mayor 2014. 20 plus 14 is 34. And you just flip the 34 and you get 43. It's a span of 4 weeks, 3 days from his birthday to this arrest. First name equals 43 in the language. He denies being at the trespassing at this immigration detention center. Look at that. 403, which is like 43. You see that? 403 like 43. First name 43. 4 week, 3 day span. Birthday to the arrest. All right. So I'm trying to figure out how he denies being arrested or how he denies trespassing here. How does he deny trespassing here? You know, they show him there. They show the little bit of a confrontation with ICE, right? Arrested after returning to the public side of the gate to the facility. You know, I mean, if you ask me, he's within distance anyway. You know, he's right there. You know what I'm saying? Mixed up in the chaos. Uh, they say witnesses describe a heated argument. We kind of saw a heated argument. I don't know if you actually heard it. I won't know until you hear the volume of those videos until afterwards. Unfortunately, and video showed the mayor standing on the public side of the gate. Okay, so I guess when it comes down to it, they do got to be technical, right? And you know, I guess we do have a right to protest, I guess, also. Technically, right? Me, I'm like, do protests even do anything? You know what I'm saying? Do protests even I don't think protests even matters, to be honest. Like, yeah, okay, it makes you feel good. Or whatever, but I don't know. I think protests are kind of whack, if you ask me. So I don't see really anything else here with the breakdown. Detention center video shows them standing on the public. So if there's only video showing them on the public side, we'll see what happens here. But we can go ahead and play that again. That's very fake right there. Kind of over dramatic, if you ask me. Little over dramatic there. Little over dramatic. As we just glance here. Protesting has the 143. Look at that right there. Oh, New Jersey's got 43. Check that out. So New Jersey 43, protesting 143, and it was a 4-week, 3-day span from his birthday to the arrest. First name equals 43, immigration detention center 403, which is like 43. All right. So that's a solid, that's one of the better connections in this breakdown right there. And obviously he syncs up with immigration right there. And he syncs up with protest by his name. So another character we can add to the list. We get a little bit familiar with these characters. I'm going to pull up Barack Obama real quick again. Barack Obama. So they're two political figures, and they're kind of connected by the name. Notice Barack Obama is in his 64th year of life right now. And ICE equals 64 right there. ICE has the 64 and Barack Obama in his 64th year of life. And wow, look, they mentioned these 43s, 34s with Jimmy Carter here. Right with Obama. Carter's retirement at 43 years, 344 days is the longest in American presidential history. Former President Biden is the oldest. And so they're connecting here Jimmy Carter, and you see you get the 43s, 34s right there. And look at the 172s. Remember, we had 72s in the breakdown and 27s. All right, so yeah, all with the language here one more time. And remember the 4-9 birthday with Baraka, 4th day of the 8th month, 48 with Obama, and don't forget trespassing has that 48. Just connect there. All right, so that'll be the breakdown. I think I'm off to bed again. I'm gonna take another little nap. So we'll see what comes of this. He denies trespassing. They say the video shows him on the public side of the fence here. So I'm sure we'll get a follow-up story from the Associated Press. So I'll keep my eyes open for that. Newark Mayor Ras Baraka denies trespassing at Immigration Detention Center following arrest. And you can see once again that these numbers do not lie, right? These numbers here, they do not lie. I mean, birthday syncing up with the name even. It's a little protest synced up with the name. Immigration synced up with the name. And you see how this hits one more time here. Okay, so peace out until the next breakdown. Newark Mayor denies trespassing at Immigration Detention Center following arrest. Later.